Jean Louis Buckhardt is somebody who's been alongside me in my travels for the last 30 years since I first read about him. And there are so many things I like about this man. One of which is that he never actually began the thing that he was preparing for, which was to go across Africa to Timbuktu. But he was 9 years in preparation for this journey, and during those 9 years, he becomes a scholar of Arabic. He becomes the first person to write, first European to write about making the pilgrimage to Mecca. He rediscovers Petra in Jordan and Abu Simbel in Egypt. He collects this extraordinary, he gathers an extraordinary collection of manuscripts, Arabic manuscripts, which form the basis of Cambridge University's Arabic manuscript collection. He writes lots and lots of books. He's the first to tell us about the Bedouin, and so really he opens up the Middle East for us in a way that nobody had done before. One day I will write a full book about him, but in the meantime he's come into every book that I've written. The way he wrote about things, what he understood of the people he was traveling with, was extraordinary. And the Wahhabis had taken over Mecca and were in control of the Hijaz in the 1810s when he was there. And of course the Saudi regime at the moment is a Wahhabi one, and there is that same problem of conflict of political Islam. And I think that if I was to write about Buckhardt, it would be particularly that he understood the problems of trying to of that clash between a Western liberalism and this very, very hardline political Islam. And that would obviously be one of the themes. But also he travelled further up the White Nile than any Western traveller before him, or at least any that we know of. And for instance, he was perceptive enough. He went south of Khartoum and noticed that the only way, he said, to end the slave trade is when Africans, Sudanese he was talking about, start educating themselves and understand what this terrible thing is that they're involved in, because there was a huge amount of slavery, even though it had been abolished long time before that in Britain. It was a huge amount of slave trade still going on across Africa. So I think, yes, this man is a humanitarian, and the book that I'm conceiving with him is one where he's the man in my head. So yes, I would play between what was happening in the world when he was traveling and what's happening now.